All right, everybody, welcome back to the Cowboy Slot Channel Wednesday night slot talk. We are your hosts, Brantley and Marc. Welcome, everybody. We do have quite a few things to cover with you first before we dive into our Q&A session. So, as always, please do hold those questions until we get to the Q&A, and we'll let you guys know as soon as we do get up on that. The first big thing to talk about is, of course, our contest is still going on. It doesn't last much longer. It ends on January 22nd. So if you haven't yet, all you have to do is share our top 50 video, our top 50 casino and slot myths video, share that video, and then comment shared on that video. You do have to be a subscriber of the channel, so make sure that you're also subscribed to the channel. And you can see full rules and prize packs at ropethejackpot.com/giveaway. We're going to be drawing those winners live on January 22nd in our Sunday live stream. So, just as a reminder, that contest is still going on right now. Another thing is we have a premiere coming up this Friday. HHR is finally coming to the Cowboy Slot channel. So for those of you out there that have been asking about historic horse racing and HHR, parimutuel gaming, stuff like that, that is coming to the Cowboy Slot channel this Friday at 1 p.m. Central. So you guys can tune in to that premiere. It's going to be really, really fun and exciting. Something else that is coming back to the Cowboy Slot channel. This actually is something that we had started pretty early on, but we only did one and we didn't really go any further with it. Is we are bringing back hotel and casino reviews. So we've been doing a lot of game reviews. Now we're branching also into hotel and casino reviews. So if you are looking to travel in the future, we will be building up a whole playlist of various destinations. And actually, Marc and I were just talking about other destinations other than Vegas. We were talking about places like Deadwood, Oklahoma, New Jersey, stuff like that. So we are coming back with hotel and casino reviews. So we will have one coming out. It's going to be on Circa in Las Vegas on Fremont Street. So if you're interested in learning about Circa, that's going to be our first review that's going to be coming out on back to the channel. That should be coming out within the next couple of weeks. We're doing a lot to expand and grow the channel. So definitely stick around. Make sure that you subscribed, guys. If you're out there watching this and you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. We have a lot of fun and exciting stuff coming to the channel. Marc is live on location right now in Las Vegas. He is at MGM Grand, right, Marc?
Yeah, and you might see a delay in my audio. Hotel Wi-Fi is always terrible, guys, so bear with me during the live stream. But yeah, I'm sitting here in MGM Grand.
So Marc is over there at MGM Grand. I am, of course, back at home in Wyoming. Was down there for my birthday. If you guys missed it, we did a birthday special yesterday. We came out with a premiere. Marc has set up a pinball machine for me, and that is going to be on its way. He's shipping that out Monday, and that pinball machine is going to go right here in place of this Bally Bally machine. That Bally machine is finally going away, and there will be a nice pinball machine there here soon. So check out that video. It's really cool. It shows the entire setup process, and there's also some important things to take away from that episode too, is just seeing the amount of physical interaction that you have to have with the machine to change these settings. So check that video out if you're interested in learning and actually seeing the process. And again, the S3000 is a brand new machine. It is brand new. It's not, it's not an old machine by any stretch of means. So that is a brand new machine. So you'll have to check that out. It is a whole lot of fun. While we were down in Vegas, we also did get to do something very, very cool. Something that unfortunately we were not able to get any recording in of, but we can talk about it. Marc and I were able to visit. We got invited to IGT's headquarters, and we actually got to take a tour of IGT's headquarters and see their facility. We got to meet a lot of really cool people there, and it was just a whole lot of fun. I think we spent probably a couple hours there walking around. Really, really awesome stuff to see. And we're going to have more fun stuff like that coming up in the future. We are approaching 100,000 subscribers very quickly. Actually, we are down to, I think, 1,100 people.
1100. That's it.
1,100 people left. 1,100 people, and then we hit that 100,000 number. So again, make sure that you're subscribing, get your family, your friends, coworkers, all of those people to come over and subscribe and help get us to that number. Um, we also yesterday had our meetup at MGM Grand at the Cherries Jubilee. That was a lot of fun. Um, we got to meet tons of very, very, very nice people. We sat and played the Cherries Jubilee, and Mark was not kidding when he said somebody's going to hit it. It was actually like four. Was it four or
I
five? I
I
think it was
think
five.
just about everybody that showed up ended up hitting it.
Yeah.
And one of the ladies was there, hit it twice, and she's never had a hand pay in her life. And so it was good to see her hit it twice. So shout out to you. I'm sure you're still out there, but that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun that last night. It was
It,
great.
it was a lot of fun. So thank you to
Yeah.
everybody that came out to MGM Grand. And as always, we will always keep you guys posted on where we're going to be and what all we are going to be doing. As always, check out our website. Our website again is ropethejackpot.com. Tons of very good information on that website. So please do go and check that out. Anyway, Mark, before we dive into some Q&A, do you have any opening topics or things you'd like to go over or tell us about Vegas or anything
I
like that?
I think you've covered it pretty much everything that we've done so far. Yeah, we had a great time yesterday. Guys, if you are at MGM Grand, go check out those Cherry Jubilees. They do hit very often. I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but uh, I, they were going off like crazy last night. Everybody
They
was
were.
having a lot of fun, and that's very unique to MGM Grand. You can't really find that anywhere else, and so I hope those machines stay there because they're exciting to play, and they're only $1, so they're $3 to play, and you have a good chance of hitting $1,000. Can't beat that.
Yep.
Other than that, it was actually yesterday. It was raining. I've only been in Vegas maybe twice when it's been raining here, so it was kind of unusual. The weather is very windy and rainy, so that's a little different for Vegas. But other than that, we're having a great time and got to meet a lot of fans. And guys, we're here to answering your questions. So start asking away, and we will probably have a shorter show tonight. I don't think we'll go the full hour and a half. So start asking your questions now, and we'll just start picking them out.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, guys, Q&A is now open, so we can go ahead and start answering your questions. And we're starting off here with a $5 super chat from Shane. Shane, thank you so much for that. Thanks, guys. Come out to Michigan. I will show you around. Keep up the great work. Travel is something that we are going to be doing a lot of this year. We are. Um, Honestly, Mark and I, we've talked about this a little bit. Vegas has really kind of gotten overplayed, and we are talking about branching out, going to other places. I think our next several visits and meetups are probably not going to be in Las Vegas. They're probably going to be in other places. We've talked about here are some places that are on our list that are top priority for us. Obviously, WinStar in Oklahoma is probably close to number one. Deadwood. Deadwood is another place that we're really eyeing a lot to go. And then also some other smaller places like Jackpot, Nevada. And then also, what was the other one, Mark?
Oh, we'll hit up New Jersey and we'll hit up Florida.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of fans in both those areas, so we're going to try to get out there and um, not only for the casino reviews, but to meet you guys if we can, and just start branching out. Like Brantley said, we've been to Las Vegas probably 4 or 5 times now. It's kind of getting old.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas doesn't really get old, but to us it is. We want to kind of branch out. There's a lot of you guys have been saying, "Hey, come out here, come out here." So we're going to try to
Yeah.
do that this year to kind of branch out a little bit. So
the
looking forward.
the channel has finally expanded to the point now where we have more of the ability to get out there and start going and checking out some of these other places, and we've really gotten a lot of we've gotten to know a lot of casinos out there, a lot of management out there. So we're going to be branching out and checking out some new properties. Like I said, the first casino review that we're doing is going to be on Circa, and that comes out in a couple of weeks. So be watching for that. And thank you very much for your super chat. We really do appreciate it. Mark, are you still there?
Yeah, I think I'm back.
All right. again, guys, Mark is
Wireless
on.
just dropped.
Yeah, Mark is on site, so the Wi-Fi might be a little slow on his end there. Mark, did you want to take a question?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with Roberto here. So, hi guys, just wondering how often would an 85% payback machine come out ahead of a 98% payback machine in a short session of play? Would you say 1 in 5 or higher? You can't really put a number on it. It's very random in the sense that you don't really know what's going to happen in the short term. And there's a very important video that we did about a month ago now, where we demonstrated this on a pinball machine, where one was set to 85 and one was set to 98, and the 85 came out ahead. So I'm sure you've watched that, which is why you're asking this question. Um, I don't know how often that could happen, but the important thing is that there will be those swings up and down, but it's a very long term play. We always use the example of flipping a coin. We know that the odds of getting heads or tails is 50-50, pretty much right down the line. But if you do it in such a limited sample size, you may not end up with 50% right off the bat. It may take a very long time before you do that. But the law of averages, the more you do it, the more it's going to get closer to that 50%. And so machines work exactly the same way. So a machine that's set at a low payback percentage could still be a winning machine in the short term. And again, this is really important for you guys, because this is why casinos do not change this stuff, because it's not going to make any guaranteed difference for them in the short term. They could set a machine from 98 down to 85 for a weekend, and the 85 could be paying more than what it was set at 98 for that short period of time. So that's why they don't go through the trouble of changing it, because it's a very long term play. So, good question, Roberto.
Very good question. Thank you very much for that. And then I'll take this question right here. Are multi-pay lines better than single pay lines? Very good question. It really depends on the game. So this is where, in several episodes where we talk about, um, volatility and the structure of games and how they actually play out. It really depends on the type of game, because depending on the situation, more pay lines can be better or it could be detrimental to you. It really just depends on the game. We look at, for example, Top Dollar. On Top Dollar, the 5 line Top Dollar is way better than the single line Top Dollar. But you look at other games that are similar, like 5 pay lines versus single, and the single line version is better. So it really all depends on the type of game, and this is kind of where sitting down and evaluating the game, looking at the game rules, and doing research on that individual game is really going to help you out. But very good question on that.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll take two real quick.
Go ahead.
And Jamie says, triple double slot or 2 times 5 times pay? Triple double for sure, because 2 times and 3 times is a lot lower than 2 times and 5 times. So it's always the lower the multipliers, the less in volatility that you get. Then another one, Yogi's World says, there's some reason why the machine pays off when you get down to your last money. That is purely coincidence. Sometimes it happens to me and sometimes it doesn't, but it's purely coincidence. The machine does not take into account how many credits you have on the machine, how you put money into the machine, any of that. All it cares about is the moment you press the spin button or pull the handle and how many credits that you wager. That's it. It doesn't know anything beyond that before it determines what's going to happen in front of you. So, good question there, but no, what you're seeing is just purely coincidental. It's just what happens sometimes.
Exactly. I'll take a question here, and then we got a couple super chats coming in. Deborah has a question. The last Q&A, I asked about gaming commissions in Indian casinos, and you said they have their own. So does that mean that they can set their own percentages different than the state-owned casinos? So the answer to this is it really depends on, because Indian tribes typically are going to have a gaming compact agreement with the state. So when it comes to their numbers, that's usually something that they will talk about within their state. And again, with these slot machines, on any slot machine, whether it's brand new, fresh out of the factory, or whether it's old, it's going to have what's called a jurisdiction chip in it. It is not, when people think of casinos and setting odds, they think it's a free for all, it's a free range, 0 to 100, and it's not. There's a jurisdiction chip in those machines that only has, you know, sometimes it doesn't have any options at all. Sometimes it's just one. Actually, this triple double diamond deluxe machine, the jurisdiction chip that is in it does not allow percentages to be changed. It is one set percent, and that is it. But typically with those jurisdiction chips, it will only have a range of anywhere from 5 to a max of usually 10 options that the casino can choose from. So even if, it depends on their numbers, but it's not something that you have to worry about. The tribe's going to set it significantly lower than any state-run casinos, because chances are if there's both in the state, then there's a mutual agreement there as well. So always keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. But oh, I think we lost Mark. Hold on. There we go. Mark, are you back?
I'm
What are
here.
you doing? Okay.
I've already got a casino review or hotel review for MGM Grand. Fix your Wi-Fi.
Right, there we go. But anyway, going back to this question, can the Indian casinos set their own odds? It really depends on the jurisdiction, but you don't have to worry about it being a free for all. Um, you know, they're not going to change it wildly if they do. Most of the time, no, they'll just stick to whatever the state says. So I hope that helped to clarify your question, Deborah. And we do have a $5 super sticker from Kevin. Kevin, thank you so much for that. We really do appreciate it. And a $20 super chat from Andrea. Always a great podcast. Andrea, thank you very much. We really do appreciate that. And I'll go ahead and take one more here just because I saw it pop up. Any idea if and when you'll make it to WinStar this year? It's probably going to be relatively soon. Probably within the next couple of months. I would say it might even be the end of February, early March, and that's when we will start coming out to WinStar. But again, and I noticed we have quite a few comments in here from people kind of all across the country that are like, come here, come here, come here. And we will get there. Again, we're this year we're going to be focusing a lot on not just meeting up in Vegas, but meeting up in other places. So, but WinStar is pretty much number one on the list, and we'll be coming out there relatively soon. My guess is probably end of February, early March, but we're not sure yet.
All right, sounds good. And Nate has a good question here. If you always have the chance to hit 1,000 credits on top dollar, why does it say best take offer for smaller credits when you still have more offers available? So it's a very fixed formula, and it's all based on what the average credit amount is on that version of top dollar. So, for example, on regular top dollar, if you get like 45 credits or less on the first offer, it's going to say to try again, and then it goes to 40, and then it goes to 35. So basically, the average is around 40 or so, like 40, 45 credits. But if you only have a couple of offers left, that average kind of goes low because you don't have as many chances left. So even though you have the chance of hitting the thousand's a very difficult one to get, very difficult one to get. And so even if you got, say, 85, it's never going to tell you to try again because you could get that thousand. It's, 85 is probably going to be the best one that you get. So you should go ahead and take it. So it gives its advice on a very fixed formula. It doesn't know what's coming. It doesn't know what it's already given you, that kind of thing. It's very fixed, and it's all about the average bonus size. So that's how top dollar works.
Very good question. I'm going to grab two here. This one from John. For multi-denom games, do you use a strategy to switch to a different denom after getting a bonus? So this is actually a good question. What I personally like to do, and this is just me personally, I always like to work my way up. Now, again, every denomination is programmed separately. So, if you are on a machine that's, $1, $2, $5, $10, if you're playing on the $2, the other denominations are not going to take into account what you've put into the machine or anything like that. They are entirely separate and independent. What I like to do, and I'm sure you've seen this in some of our live play videos, is as I build up, I will go up in denomination. So like if I'm playing $10 pinball and I just got a jackpot hand pay and I still have, $1,000 left in the machine, I'll put it on $20 denom. And then if I get another one, then I'll, move to something higher. It's working your way up. Kind of almost like pushing your luck a little bit. From a technical standpoint, there's no, it doesn't really make a difference. That's more of a budgeting thing. and pressing your luck to gamble a little bit more. But from a technical standpoint, it makes no difference. But that's what I do. That's kind of my personal strategy, is always just to work your way up. So I hope that helps you out, John. And then here's another one from John Cole. Is there a website where you can see payback percentages from for different casinos? So certain states will publish return to player statistics, or return to player statistics, but we cannot stress this enough. That is not payback percentage. Is there a website to see payback percentages of different casinos? The answer is no. Now, there are some casinos out there, it is very few and far between, but there are some casinos out there that will say that information, or they'll say, we have a payback of at least this, or, this bank has a payback of this. But aside from that, there's not a website to go. And this is something too that really needs clarification, because we've seen this on the internet where people are showing return to player statistics and they say, "Oh, see, this is what the odds are." That's not what the odds are. That is just a record of money in and money out, and the percentage difference for that period, and that period of time, and it's going to fluctuate tremendously. That's not the same as payback percentage. So you can look at those return to player statistics, but in terms of payback percentage, um, no, there's not really a website where you can go and check that, unfortunately. And I'll let Mark take a question here right after I grab these super stickers. Clara, 4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Really do appreciate it. And then Rhyme Time UK, $10 super chat. Thank you very much for that. How is the payback calculated on bingo slots like found in Oklahoma? Great show as always, gents. So again, and when it comes to bingo terminals and stuff like that, they do play out differently. They're not slot machines. They don't have set, usually individual payback percentages. It's usually something that's on a server wide basis. With that, it is calculated completely different. Honestly, since it does not have anything to do with random number generators and slots, uh, that's something that would take a lot longer to explain. So maybe that's something that's a good idea for another episode. In the future, we might bring on some experts in terms of that. But it's pretty long and complicated how those are calculated out. It's completely different from slot machines, though. So we'll probably eventually get to that. I really appreciate your super chat, though. But we'll probably eventually get to that, as that's just something that it would take a long time to sit through and go through and explain. And we want to make sure too that we're currently up to date on all of the current technologies in class 2 and everything like that. So everything we do on this channel, we verify and check it first. And with as quick as class 2 technology has changed, that would be something that I would be more comfortable giving an answer when I had more information on what's currently trending out there and what these class 2 facilities are currently doing in terms of that. So we're going to wait to answer that until we have some more information. And then finally, there's another super chat, 4.99 from DP, and this is a question for Mark. So I will let Mark take this over. Mark.
Okay, I played double top dollar at Golden Nugget Las Vegas, hit 12,500. Awesome. That is a good hit on double top dollar. What denomination were you playing? 500? It really depends on that. That's awesome though. Congratulations.
Very
All
good.
right, and I'll take two. I'll take two real quick here, Brantley.
Go ahead.
So we have a technical question here. So Yoedes Arcade and Casino. Shout out to you. I've seen you in here a couple times already. So what percentage of NV RAM needs to be available on the IGT G23? My personal recommendation is to don't go past 70% utilized. So leave about 30% of buffer. Otherwise, you're going to start getting red screens and green screens and stuff when you try to play certain games and bonus rounds and stuff. So try to don't load too many games on it is what I'm basically saying. If it gets to around 65 or 68%, don't load anything else on it. And then Red Rocks or Rock Rocks 787 says, is a 25-cent machine still the minimum denomination that you would recommend when it comes to payout percentage? Generally, yeah. Just remember that it really comes down to what the total bet is, because you know, and your budget. I mean, both of those things need to work together, right? There's nothing wrong with playing 5 cent machines, but don't play 5 cent machines and then bet $10. You know, that's a trap. You're really betting $10 there, not 5 cents. And so that's what you typically find with those lower denomination games, like the pennies, the nickels, the dimes. They're typically not like 20-cent bets. They're typically a lot higher than that. So 25 cent is kind of the ground floor on where you can find like single pay line versions of slot machines where it's maybe 50 cents or 75 cents to bet. So I think 25 cent is personally, I think that's the good starting point. Brantley, would you agree with that too? I think
I think yeah,
that's where I would start.
that's a good starting point.
Yeah, I agree.
Very good. Question here from A&M. Will casino employees typically tell you what a machine's RTP is set at if asked? No, they will not. That is proprietary information. They will not share that information with you. Most entry level employees will not have that information anyway. So no, they will not share that. Kind of adding to that, Into the Void made a comment here. Casinos don't like giving out stats. The thing is most casinos do have to provide some kind of statistics back to the state. They do have to provide their statistics to the gaming commission, but in most jurisdictions the law has ruled that it's none of the public's business, and so they don't give it to the public. Some states do provide that information to the public, others do not. But most of that information is all shared internally. And again, when you are looking at statistics, we can't stress this enough. Statistics tell you nothing about the actual percentage that the machines are set at. We can't stress that enough. We're going to be doing some more talking on that topic a little bit later. But thank you guys for your questions. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, and like just to follow up what Brantley was saying, like it's you gotta remember that statistics and payback percentages they're very long-term plays. So even if you knew what a payback percentage was of a machine, that does not guarantee you anything. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to win on that machine, and it doesn't guarantee that you're going to lose on that machine either. It's just it's averages. It's averages over a very long period of time. When you hear something like the machine is set at 90%, that means over a long time, 10 million pulls, for every dollar that goes into the machine, 90 cents of that has to be returned to the player. So the house keeps 10 cents of that. But that's over a very long period of time. As we all know, if you sit down at a slot machine and you put a dollar in, you're probably not going to come out with 90 cents every time, right? Sometimes you might come out with $2. You know, it's the law of averages. It takes a very long time. So there's a lot of talk about return to player statistics, and you should analyze these and do your research and all this kind of stuff. And maybe a little bit, but you guys have got to have the right expectation when you're going into a casino and playing a slot machine. Just because you read up and said, this casino has 90% or higher, that does not mean that you're going to walk out of there a winner, 90 cents back after every dollar that you put in the machine. That does not mean anything in the short term. So just try to keep that in mind. We're gonna have a couple of videos coming out that will kind of clarify that a little bit more. But great question.
Very good.
And Lay says we were trying to find a low volatility machine Saturday night, and it was packed, and the guy was playing two at a time. My husband was about to lose it. Yeah, that happens
I hate that.
sometimes. I mean, it's when people find those good machines, they will not get off of them. That's pretty common. And especially if your casino just doesn't have a lot of those, if they're mostly filling them with the penny machines and the video slots, those old classic three-reel low volatility machines are back in the corner somewhere, and people play them because they know them, and then they don't get up from them. So it's just the nature. Oh, there's a fire alarm. That's wonderful. Remain calm and immediately proceed to the nearest exit and leave the building. Do not use the elevators.
Is it a test?
All right, guys. It's not a test. I gotta go.
All right, we'll let you go, Mark. Keep us
I have to
posted
exit the
on
building,
that.
I guess. This is a live stream, guys. All right, I gotta go. See you.
All right, guys. I'll take over from here, Mark. Jump back in if you can later. All right, everybody. Well, that was interesting. It looks like MGM. There's something going on at MGM right now that Mark is having to evacuate that building. We'll take over from here. I'll grab a couple of these. We do have a couple of super chats coming in. A 1999 super chat here from St. Miles. St. Miles, thank you so much for that. I gotta go. Got called in for future road trips. Well, best of luck to you. Stay safe out there. And then we do have another $10 super chat here from Matthew. When playing games like Lightning Link or Dragon Cash, is it better to play 10 cents on a higher limit Dragon Cash machine, one $2, or a Dragon Cash machine where 10 cents is the highest denom? It really, again, everything is, when it comes to payback percentages, it's all going to be based on the denomination. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-cent machine, like 10-cent denom on a machine that is $1, $2, $5, whatever, or if it's 10 cent is the highest. It really does not matter in that term. I hope that helps to answer your question. There's not really one that's better or worse. Just always make sure that you're looking at those progressives every time before you sit down at a machine. Always want to try to find the ones with the higher progressive amounts. Your odds are going to be the same, but you want to obviously increase your increase your winnings if you do hit those progressives. And Yeah, we're gonna wait and see what's going on with Mark. We're not quite sure what happened. We did lose Mark. There's something going on at MGM. Not sure if anybody is out there right now. So if anybody's out at MGM, you can always see um, pop in here. Let me know what's going on over there at MGM. And we do have 402 people, or almost 402 people in here watching right now. Big thanks to our moderators, Tammy and Susan, today. We greatly appreciate you guys. Everybody make sure to hit that like button while you are in here. That greatly helps us out. And let's see here. To the stars, says Brantley, got to design some long sleeve shirts. I'll probably buy one in every color, even in XL. So talking about shirts, we actually do have some plans. We are looking into other vendors to hopefully get out some newer shirts here very, very soon that are actually made here in town and done locally. And then I can take care of all of the shipping and stuff like that. So it'll definitely be something we'll look into. Question here from KF. How often are machines maintained as far as sticky buttons? Those sticky buttons are sure annoying. They are maintained the best that they can. How often are they maintained? A lot of times, especially on those older machines. Hold on a second. What's going on, Mark?
All right, guys, we're on floor 16, still going down.
So we have an evacuation going on right now.
You can book down to Brantley if you want to.
What's that? So we're going to just wait 1 second, guys. We're going to hold your questions. We got something going on over here at MGM.
The last time I stay on the 29th floor, guys.
Mark, have they said what's going on out there? Or is anybody talking?
9 more to go.
So guys, do apologize for the delay on questions. We'll be right back with those. But right now, if you're just now joining us, we've got an evacuation or something going on at MGM Grand. We've got Mark here. We still don't know.
Down bottom, they're going to say everything's good. Now you can walk up there.
Right. So
All right, floor 5.
All right, well, guys, I think we might have lost Mark very briefly. Probably a false alarm over there at MGM, but we'll keep Mark on for any updates coming in. Probably gonna gamble the globe says good exercise, Mark. I guess it is. I guess it is good exercise.
Done with the stairs.
All right, we're getting him back now. Are you finally on the ground level, Mark?
I don't know about you, Brantley, but I think you probably would have had a heart attack by now.
Probably. So we're gonna keep you on, Mark, and see what exactly is going on over there at MGM. Again, probably a false alarm. Those do happen a lot. Out there.
So fire alarm, Facebook. Okay.
Dave said the high floors are great until you have to take the stairs. That is true.
We have finally reached outside, guys.
All right.
I got to say, if that was an actual emergency, that took a long time to go down 30 flights of stairs.
So are there a lot of people out there right now, Mark? Let's see.
And everyone's going back in.
Of course. Of course. It was probably somebody pulled a fire alarm or something of that nature. Yeah, I don't see any emergency vehicles out there.
Well, I think everything's good.
Very good. Very
what a
good.
workout that was.
And Mark says at least you closed your activity ring for the day.
All right, guys, I want to hop back in the elevator and go right back up.
All right, Mark, we'll bring you back on here.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Go back up, get settled. All right, guys, we do apologize for that interruption there. But yes, that does happen in Vegas quite frequently, unfortunately. And Rumble Bar says, did Mark wear that kind of hat before joining the channel? I think he's sporting Cowboy. I like how he's sporting Cowboy all through the egress. He did. He did have those hats before the channel. Yes, he did. All right, guys. Let's jump right back into to some of the questions and answers here really quick. Let me see here. We got briefly interrupted, so we do apologize for that. Question here from B-Rod. Our local casino had a $1.3 million Dancing Drums jackpot go out. Will the casino tighten their slots to make up for it? No, they will not. They will not tighten up their slots to go to make up for it. For starters, with jackpots that big, so Dancing Drums oftentimes is what's called a participation game. So that jackpot does not fully get paid out by the casino. The manufacturer usually helps to pay for that. Excuse me, guys. The manufacturer usually helps to pay for that. And again, that is not how slot machines work. The casino has to have the ability to pay out all of their top line jackpots at any given point. So no, they do not need to tighten back up. Trust me, $1.3 million, they make that. They make that on a regular basis, so they don't need to tighten any machines or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that. And question here from Jennifer. Do you prefer to play downtown or the Strip in Vegas? What's your favorite casino to play at in Las Vegas? Very good question. So one of my personal favorite casinos has always been Aria or Bellagio. Those are one of my favorites. Um, I will say this: I was quite impressed with the casino at Circa. I had a great time there. We'll be doing a review on Circa here in the next coming weeks. So be sure to check that out as soon as that does come out. And let's see. We do apologize, guys. We got really backed up on questions, especially with that little evacuation that they had going on at MGM. So we're going to do our best to try to get back on track here. We are still waiting on Marc, to come back on. And Doug asks, know anyone who hit something big on Megabucks? I do not. Megabucks, it is very rare for Megabucks progressives to actually go. It does not happen very often. I have heard of it happening. Have I personally seen it or know of anybody that has hit it? No, unfortunately, I have not. All right, guys. And a question here from Mr. 626. Not sure if anyone has covered that already. Recently, I was playing Wicked Hot Stuff Wheel. I got the bonus where you have to pick the coins and award the progressives. Are those predetermined? We just did an episode all about that particular game last week. So check it out. It's under game reviews. It's a playlist on our channel. We have a whole video just devoted to Wicked Hot Stuff, the wheel. So go ahead and check out that episode. Very, very good episode. And we have Marc back. Marc, how was your mid live stream run down the stairs of MGM?
Yeah, 30 flights down, guys. That's rough. At least it's not going up 30 flights. I don't think I would make it.
There we go.
I think that explains why the Wi-Fi was bad. Well, that was interesting. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
We're getting back on track now. So
okay, sounds good.
So all right, we're getting back on track. I'll take one more, and then I'll let Marc go through and grab a couple questions. I saved plenty for you, Marc. There's a lot of questions in here, so
yeah, I've completely lost my place. So we'll have to see what happens.
So give us a few minutes, guys, to get back on track here, and we'll start getting stuff pulled up. Here's a question from Richard. Will they comp Marc anything for that inconvenience? No.
No, they won't do that.
No, they will not do that. That was a brief inconvenience at best.
Even if my toilet overflowed in here, they wouldn't comp it.
No. All right.
I'm just looking for some questions, guys. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, Marc. Yeah, take your time.
Actually, Brantley, Brantley, if you could actually pop questions up for me, because I don't know what you've taken already. So you take over the show for now. Just let me know if you want me to answer it.
Yeah, we can do that. Cheap slots and cheap gambling. If your player's card comes out during a bonus, free games, do all the win go on your tracking, or just keep the points to the time the card was disconnected. So the thing is, when you get the bonus, your bonus is essentially counted just as a single spin instance. So you're not betting more money inside of a bonus, so there's not going to be points that are accruing while you're in the middle of a bonus, if that makes sense. So you'll get the points for going into the bonus round. Would not recommend taking your card out though. But no, it's not going to affect anything. You're not going to lose points if you take it out in the middle of a bonus or anything like that. And let's see. DFW drains. If I get a bonus betting $5 on a slot and I switch to an $8.80 bet on the same machine, does the machine know I won on the $5 after I switched my bet? If it's in the same denomination, again, guys, every spin is going to be independent, regardless of the machine. Each spin is an independent event, so it does not take into account or consider last spins or anything like that. The only time it would really make a difference is if you switch denominations, but if you're within the same denom, switching from $5 to $8.88. It's not going to make any kind of a difference. I will say this though, on certain games, and I'm just guessing it's probably a lower denom game because $8.80 is a pretty that's kind of a number that would go along the lines with like Dancing Drums or Prosperity Link or something like that. Um, Make sure that you're reading the game rules, because a lot of times your odds might change by a small fraction of a percent by betting higher. So just make sure to read those game rules.
I actually have a question here I
Yeah,
can
go
take
ahead.
real quick. And I know several people have asked about this. Any word on having that host interview? So we tried. We got up to the point literally the hour before I was going to do the interview, and they put a stop to it because of the whole recording issues going on right now in Vegas, especially with the MGM Grand properties. They wanted to just pause that for a little bit. It's still on the it's still on deck. We still have the questions written and all that kind of stuff. We have the answers too, and we could just give you all the answers, but we really want you to hear it from the host himself. It's still going to happen. There's just a lot of recording things going on right now. So unfortunately, literally an hour before I got a call and he said my boss told me I can't do it right now, but we'll try again in a couple of months. So we're trying, guys. We're trying. Sometimes these things just don't work out.
Takes time. Really quick here before we move on, I just want to mention, because we do have a lot of new people in the chat right now and a lot of new people to the channel. Um, we have covered so many topics this year, and what I'm noticing too is I'm noticing a lot of obviously we have a lot of questions coming in. We have 444 of you viewing this stream right now, which is actually really awesome. I think that's definitely a record. Everybody out there right now at the same time, make sure to like this video. It doesn't cost anything. It takes 2 seconds. Make sure to like this video. We would greatly appreciate that. And if you're out there watching and you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. Our channel is chock full of information, and including, we do have that giveaway going on right now of our top 50 video. Guys, if you have not seen that top 50 video, please do go check that out. There are a lot of questions that we are seeing coming up here, and I apologize if we're not taking them, but almost every single question that has been asked is covered in that video. So please do go check out that video, because we answered a lot of questions. There is a time index on the video there. It's in the comments. It's also in the video description. So if you don't want to sit there and watch the whole video, you don't have to. Just go through the time index, look to see if your question is on there, tap it, and you will get that answer. So please do go check out our other videos, because we have so much information on this channel. So I just wanted to kind of plug that for all the new folks out there. And then also our giveaway. Hey, why not? You could possibly, win some free stuff, some really awesome prizes. If you do have if you do have questions about our giveaway or want to learn more, you can check out our website. It's ropethejackpot.com/giveaway for all of the information on there. And again, please do subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate that greatly. And we'll get back to some questions here. I'll take this one here from Sandra. Cash hand pays make me so nervous to carry around. Do you ever get checks instead of cash? Have you ever had issues at TSA asking why what's in the cash lockbox and asking for it to be opened, key at home? That is a very good question. If you are flying, not having that key to the box is obviously going to be an issue, because they probably are going to want to see inside of the box. I don't know. Mark, have you flown with a cash
I
box?
I have, but I mean, they you can still send that through the X-ray, and I mean it's not they can see right through it, and they'll see that it's just paper money. I don't think you'll have a problem. I really don't. Um, but if they really wanted to get into it, they could probably open it for you. By then, you're out of the casino, so you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. You might just have to buy a new box, but
There you go.
and you can always request a check. You can absolutely always request a check. That's always an option. I have not requested a check in a long time. Typically, only if I get like a huge jackpot amount, like 60,000 plus, would I take a check.
And let's see. I'm just kind of going with the questions that have come
Yeah,
in
go ahead.
after I got back here. So, Dave Link says, when a bonus where you pick free spins or lock it feature, will each outcome be the same, just a different way to get there? No. You anytime the general rule is that anytime you have to do something on a machine where you have to select something, touch the screen, touch a button, that is when it's decided. So if you're about to begin a free games, like dancing drums, you get basically a range of what kind of free games do you want. Less risky, low volatile, or very risky, high volatile, where you get few spins but lots of lines, for example. So before you click any one of those, it has not been decided how it's going to play out yet. Um, so it really is up to you. It's not this. It's not going to be the same result both times if you have to pick something. So that's just the general rule of thumb. But on like Lightning Link, those where you get to pick between the locket feature or free games, that's up to you. It's a personal choice which one you want to go with.
Very good. I'm going to go ahead and grab two questions here because they're kind of similar. Question here from Tammy. If a slot pays out its highest jackpot, does it take a long time to pay that jackpot again? The answer is no. And we've actually seen this countless times. One of them was actually one of our recent trips to Aria, where we saw a lady hit the double, double, double on $25 denomination, 5 line top dollar, which of course, Mark always says 5 line top dollar is the best, and then it hit again shortly after. Not only that, but we have seen, especially on double diamond games, the double 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 hitting sometimes close to, if not exactly back to back. It is very possible. Every single spin is independent, so you do have that choice or that possibility to have it happen again right afterwards. So the answer to
Yeah,
that
and
is no.
we saw it last night on Cherry's Jubilee too. One of the lady hit it, and then almost exactly 40 spins later, she got it again.
Yep.
So even though the first time it took her 200 or 300 spins, second time it only took 40. So it can happen back to back. You can push the button at the right time and get back to back jackpots. It's happened. It's not probable, but it could happen.
Not probable, but it is possible. And next question here, Seattle Susie Q. On the Dancing Drums payout, do you have to bet max in order to get that? The answer to this question is no. And just adding to this, I think we touched on this a little bit in the last live stream because people were asking why did Dancing Drums not make our top list of machines to avoid? There's actually a reason that Dancing Drums did not make the list of top worst machines to avoid. That grand pays out extremely frequently. The grand on Dancing Drums pays out more frequently than Dragon Links, Lightning Link, anything like that. Why? Don't really know. But also, when I worked at the casino, majority of times that the Dancing Drums grand jackpot got paid out, the person was betting the minimum of 88 cents. So you do not have to play max in order to get that progressive. And that's one of the reasons why um, Dancing Drums did not make our list of onto the worst slot machines. It's actually a pretty good machine for being high volatile. It's actually a pretty good machine. I will say that.
Yep, and I'll take two real quick. Suddenly the Wi-Fi is perfect. Isn't that weird? Chuck D says, "Have you guys tried the new Megabucks Gold Forge machines? At least new to me. Experienced a couple decent wins. They seem less volatile than traditional Megabucks. Yeah, they actually have those downstairs. I might go by and do a little filming of it in the morning if I have time to show you that one. I think it is less volatile. Again, don't play Megabucks thinking you're going to get Megabucks. It's so difficult to get. You should play it for the base game. If the base game is fun and you enjoy it, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing those. But just set your expectations. We talk about that all the time. It's all about setting expectations when you're sitting down on the machine. If you have the right mindset and you know what to expect before you put your money in, then you'll have a better time and you won't be so stressed about what you're playing and that kind of thing. And the next one is BuzzNet Slots. And again, I love your icon there. Just returned from my trip to AC, followed your budget rules, and returned with cash to spare. Thanks, guys. Well, you're welcome.
Very
Good to
good.
hear. Budgeting is so important. That's one of our top things that we talk about is budgeting and cash control, and all that stuff is really really important. We try to drive that home as best we possibly can, because at the end of the day, that's what you got to focus on.
Very good. And question here from Sandra. Good question. A little bit of a history question here. Is Dancing Drums and 88 Fortunes essentially the same game? You have mentioned that some games are essentially the same game packaged differently. So, funny thing about this, and this is kind of a history question, 88 Fortunes came first. 88 Fortunes was kind of the introduction of when they started playing with this idea of, the coins in the pot and, being able to pick the coins and stuff like that. The difference with that game is with 88 Fortunes, when you get the bonus, you get the bonus, you get the free spins. There's not an option to select anything. You don't select your volatility or anything like that. Um, Dancing Drums, gives you a little bit more control of, once you do get the bonus, of being able to select what kind of a volatile bonus you want. Do you want a lower volatile bonus or a higher volatile bonus? But essentially, Dancing Drums is the offspring of 88 Fortunes. They essentially are the same game. However, Dancing Drums has a little bit more features on it than 88 Fortunes does. So in terms of volatility, 88 Fortunes would be a little bit lower in volatility than Dancing Drums would be, but essentially they are the same game packaged a little bit differently. And that's also kind of a little history lesson there about the history of Dancing Drums. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. And we do have a $5 super chat coming in from A&M. Happy birthday, bro. Glad you made it safe. Mark, I have an IGT S2000. Where do I start to look for a legit complete conversion pinball kit? You will
Oh
not
man,
find one for the S2000.
you're not gonna find it on
You will
S2000,
not. You will not
unfortunately.
get one. Not for the S2.
Yeah,
For the S2000, for
no,
the S2000 pinball, there's an entire top box and everything else. You need to buy an S2000 specific pinball machine.
yeah. There's no conversion kits,
Yeah,
unfortunately, for that.
you can only
Yeah,
convert the S3.
yeah, that is right. Unfortunately. All right, let's see. I had one here. Francis, I think I know what you're going to say, but it actually sparked a conversation point. So Francis says, "What about the free online casinos?" So this is a great tip, guys. Kind of a thing that I do sometimes just to have some fun. Not only do the mobile apps, there's some mobile apps that allow you to play a lot of the same games that you find in the casino, but they kind of entice you. They only give you a certain number of coins per day, and they try to get you to buy. It's basically fake currency. I'm not really a big fan of that. But if you go to like Caesars Online Casino, I'm trying to think of the other one, but that's the one I mainly go to. You can play any of the slot machines that they have on there in demo mode, and it's a lot of fun. You run out of money, you just hit refresh on your browser, and you start again with $1,000. And you can play any of the games. Wheel of Fortune's on there. I mean, there's all the classics that you remember playing in the casino. It's a great way to scratch that itch if you want to play those games and not spend any money. So go check that out, guys. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that. And you don't have to be in a state where it's licensed to do demo play. You don't even have to log in. So a lot of fun.
Very good. And a question here from Time Will Tell. Why do some Vegas casinos keep their progressives on some machines at the same amount as in progressive that does not progress? This is all has to do with verbiage, guys. So there's a lot of times, it's funny because this topic came up probably about 6 or 7 months ago. We were talking about Lightning Link and Dancing Drums and stuff like that, and people were saying, "Oh, the mini progressive or the minor progressive." If you look at the verbiage, it does not say progressive; it says bonus. Those are prizes. Just because it's on a progressive style meter doesn't mean it's a progressive. It just means it's a prize. There are some older machines. There are S2000 machines like these that will have a digital meter up at the top with a stationary number, and you can go in and you can program that stationary number. It's not a progressive at all. It doesn't even have a progressive counter on it. It's just a prize that happens to be in a progressive style. So always keep in mind that just because it's on a progressive meter or looks like a progressive, it's not always a progressive. And that even goes for the games like Dragon Link and Lightning Link and stuff like that. If you ever, the next time you're at a casino, take a look at a Lightning Link game or a Dragon Link game and look at the actual verbiage. Again, everything in the casino industry is very legal. Look at the actual verbiage. It'll say, you know, grand jackpot progressive or major jackpot progressive or whatever. And then you look and it'll say like mini bonus or mini prize or mini, you know, or something. The verbiage is different, or a minor bonus, stuff like that. Those are bonus prizes, they're not progressive. So always keep that in mind too whenever you're playing, whenever you are playing slot machines. So little tidbit there.
Yeah, I noticed that on Huff and Puff also
Yeah.
does the same thing. All right, two questions real quick. So Reggie F says, I don't have a pinball or top dollar, but we do have easy money. Do you recommend that game? Yeah, I mean, if you don't have top dollar, it plays very similar. In fact, it's the same manufacturer that created the base game. It just plays it just the sounds are a little bit different. You know, the experience is a little bit different, but it's pretty close. The math is pretty close. It's still a good game to play, and I love listening to your videos while I'm working. That's good. I'm glad. Hopefully, it makes the
Thank you.
time go by a little bit quicker. And then, Greg, I've seen your question a couple times, so we'll pull it up here. I always say when playing one coin on a $5 and hit three sevens, if I would have played three coins, would I have hit the higher payout? I always say it probably wouldn't have. Yeah, it's all about the time that you push the button. Unfortunately, um, you get this a lot too. Like you're always max betting and you're hitting, two credits, and then you're down to your last credit, and so you just play the one credit and you get a big hit. You're like, I wonder if I would have hit that if I would have hit max bet. Only if you would have hit that button at the exact same millisecond would it have happened. So don't beat yourself up if you get something and you're like, man, I should have bet max bet. I would have gotten a much bigger pay. You probably, in fact, I can almost guarantee you would not have hit the button at the exact same time. So don't worry about it.
And question here from or a comment from Buzznet Slots. By the way, I used your Cowboy Slots poker chip as a lucky charm, and it worked as I hit multiple jackpots. Well, congratulations! Thank you very much for that. And guys, we do sell our poker chips. They come in a wide variety of colors. This is the red one. It has our QR code on the back. So if you're ever at the casino and you happen to see somebody and they ask, you can have them just hold their phone up to that QR code. It takes you right to the channel. We are almost sold out of most of these. So if you have not yet gotten a poker chip, and we also have wristbands and casino lanyards and all that other fun stuff, it's all available at ropethejackpot.com/shop. So please do check that out. All product sales do go to help out our channel and help keep our content free. So we appreciate those guys very much so, and I'm glad it's working for you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And yes, we're I'm currently revising the poker chips to come out with once this batch sells out, we will come out with another batch with a new design and new colors and all of that. So still looking forward to bringing some new products to that store.
And Clever Girl says, did you guys go to New York, and check the must hit by Thunder Cash and High Limit? I think they have two of them in there. Last weekend it was up there. Well, if it was last weekend and it was up there, it's probably hit. But maybe I'll venture out tomorrow and see if it's up there, and I'll play it a little bit and see. You never know. But yeah, I remember walking through there. I think the last trip I was here to see if they had any of those Thunder Caches, and I saw two in there. So very cool.
And let's see. So we've got.
And
Oh,
just
go
real
ahead,
quick,
Mark.
Wild Bill says, what was the name of that online casino again? I wanted to try it out. Well, the one I was talking about is just Caesars Online Casino. Just search for Caesars Online Casino in Google and you'll find it. And you don't have to sign up. Don't go through the sign up or anything like that. Just go to the slots, look at all the slots on there, and select the one and click demo play, and you can play it. It's really cool. And not just slots. So you can play the blackjack, you can play the video poker, you can play anything there. It's pretty cool. Don't spend money on fake coins on the slot machine apps. It's just not worth it, guys.
Right. And a question here: how often are you guys live? We do have our live stream at the ticker at the very bottom of your screen. Our live stream schedule every single Sunday we go live at 1 p.m. Central. Every single Wednesday, we go live at 7 p.m. Central, with the exception of today. We were an hour late getting started today. And then also, if you are a member of the channel, members get a bonus live stream on Mondays. So, which that will be happening again this upcoming Monday. So our next live stream is going to take place on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. That's when our next live stream is going to be. And another question here from Chad. Brantley, my man, I just got home from work here in PA and wanted to wish you a happy belated birthday. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy that pinball. I am jealous. Mark, how did you get one of those? Um, I have been on the list for pinball for a very, very, very long time. So I am excited to get it as soon as the pinball machine does get here. Maybe I'll do a little short of it, but it's going to replace this. It's going to replace this Bally machine right here. I'm finally getting rid of that. I don't know where. I still don't know where I'm going to put that. Um, who knows? Maybe I'll just set it on the floor over here somewhere. I'll use it as a hat
I think
rack.
Rick James said he'll come pick it up.
How much do I have to
There you
pay
go.
him to pick it up?
I know. Yeah, pay him to come pick it up. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
those Bally machines are not good
yeah, the
machines.
S9000s.
For home use. They're not good machines.
Yeah, always power supply issues is what I always have with them. All
Yeah.
right. Red Wolf has a good comment. Love New York, New York. Such a friendly casino and lots of food outlets. I used to stay at New York, New York all the time because of that. I like the really high ceilings. There's no smoke smell, even though it's not non-smoking. There's a double negative there, but um, the food outlets are amazing there. They're so good, and there's plenty to choose from. And the rooms are really inexpensive, but they are they're in bad disrepair. Like, I mean, they need an overhaul. And fortunately, I did find out from our host that they're about to go through a multi-million-dollar overhaul of all the rooms and the hotel and all that kind of stuff. So once they finish that, I will definitely be back over there. I think because I really do love the atmosphere. But the last couple stays, the rooms were they just needed a lot of work. I felt like I was maybe at Excalibur or something. Just the carpet was coming up, the drawers didn't open, the toilets didn't flush,
Yeah,
and it's like there's got to be something better than this. So that's what happens sometimes.
exactly. Guys, really quick, we are almost to 100,000 subscribers. We are very close, about 1,100 people away from hitting that number, which is huge. So if you are out there watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. We also have our giveaway going on right now. We're giving away a lot of really awesome prizes. You can check out details on that giveaway at our website at ropethejackpot.com with all of the rules and prizes and everything listed out there. You do need to be a subscriber of the channel in order to qualify to win those prizes. So please do subscribe if you have not done so already, and make sure to like this video. If you are new to the channel, please do check out our library for full videos. We have tons of videos on topics, including that top 50 video, which is part of our giveaway, has tons of questions that are answered. We do apologize in our live streams. We do get very, very busy. So if there's questions that we repeatedly get asked on all kinds of live streams, if it's been covered in other topics, we will typically direct you to that video. So please do go check out those videos in our playlist, and then also that top 50 video. As a reminder, we have a premiere coming up this Friday. It's the HHR video. So HHR Gaming is coming to Cowboy Slots. It's going to premiere this Friday at 1 p.m. Central. So please do stick around for that and set your reminders and your notifications. Also, hotel reviews are coming back. So we will soon be offering hotel and casino reviews. Again, that's something that we had experimented with when the channel first started, and then it kind of tapered off a little bit. So we are bringing back hotel and casino reviews. You can look forward to those, and then a lot more travels to come in the upcoming year. Again, we have Windstar on our schedule to go to. We've got Deadwood we're going to check out, Jackpot, Nevada we're going to check out, Mesquite, Nevada we're going to check out. We'll probably even do some California trips out there as well. So we are going to be traveling to a lot more casinos in the future. So please do keep up to date on that channel. Make sure that you like the videos, and then also please do subscribe and hit that bell to stay notified. Anyway, guys, we are going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up our Wednesday night live stream. As a reminder, our next live stream is going to take place on Sunday. It's going to take place on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. And again, we do have a channel guide as well on our website. I can't stress enough how good our website is for loaded with information. So please do check out that website if you haven't checked it out already. There is also a shop on there where you can help support the channel by getting things like poker chips, wristbands, lanyards, clothing items. All of that is available as well at ropethejackpot.com. Anyway, guys, Mark, did you have any closing statements for the stream today?
No, I'm good. I got my workout and done today, so I'm good.
All right. Well, guys, thank you all so much for joining into our Wednesday night show. We really do greatly appreciate it. We will see you again on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. And as a reminder, as always, please stay safe. Best of luck. And we will see you again next episode.
One more super chat from Leslie.
We do have one more
Thank you.
coming in from Leslie.
Thank you all
very
for the
much,
wonderful
Leslie.
information. Thank you so much. Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate that. All right.
One more.
Thank you so
Sorry, Brantley. I saw another
Go
one
ahead,
come
Mark.
in real quick. Dale says, Mark, did you go to the D? Unfortunately, we found out that they have removed all the coin slots from the D.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm very sad to hear that, but it is what it is. Rumor has it that the Club 93 casino in Jackpot, Nevada, still has coin slots, and they're all top dollars too. I think they have some pinballs in there too. So that's going to be on our list to check out.
I might even go to Jackpot, Nevada at the end of this month. Well, we never know.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much.
All right, we can wrap it up now.
Greatly appreciate you. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. As always, stay safe, best of luck, and we will see you again next episode.